Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel here. Hey, I just wanted to let you know that this video was actually filmed in late November. It was on a really cold morning. It was about 30 degrees outside, or maybe even a little bit less. And you're going to see some micro shaking in the video that came out of the Mavic Mini. I have flown it since then in warmer weather, and you don't see that. So it's a cold weather thing. It is actually below the specifications. DJI says not to fly it below freezing, so I'm sure that was a contributing factor. Also, this was on the 002 firmware package. Now with 003, we've seen a lot of changes. So you're going to see some power errors and so forth here that have since been corrected with the new firmware that DJI recently released. Hey everybody, this is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, today I am out at the Eagle Bike Park in Eagle, Idaho. I've just got the little Mavic Mini with me today, so we're going to put it up and see if we can get a good view of the park here. Now, why would I be flying out at the Eagle Bike Park, you ask? Good question. Well, I was inspired. I watched Kyle Warner's video where he took the Skydio 2 out, and he was riding around the park here with that drone following him around. So mostly what I want to do is I just want to show you the kind of recreation that's available in Idaho, quite frankly. And it just looked like an intriguing place to look around. There's a lot here. So I thought I'd throw the little Mavic Mini up in the air and get a peek of what it all looks like. So let's not waste any time. Let me get this guy in the air here, and we'll just take a peek around. Okay, so it looks like we've got 12 satellites. I'm going to start recording now in 2.7K, 30 frames per second. So that's on. Let me tilt the camera down here so that you can see the drone. Yeah, let's go ahead and take off, and we'll take off with the app here. So there's a little bird. We'll pick up the camera a little bit. Solid as a rock. So I just did I took a look at the weather here with the app, and it's about winds about 3 miles an hour. So really little to no wind, so perfect time to be out here. It's about 10:30 in the morning, so a good crisp morning this morning. The other thing that's going on is this evening there's actually a winter storm warning, and we're supposed to get snow this evening through the next couple of days, so I figured this would be a good chance to get out. And there's supposed to be actually high wind warnings and so forth, so we'll take the opportunity here to get out. So anyway, let's just do a quick reverse and up. So backwards and up. Drop the camera down just a little. And we're not going to get too carried away. So you kind of get a view of the bike park there. So you can see a little bit of the bike park. Let me yaw around here just a little bit. And the trails. And what you're seeing, I think, is just frost. I don't think it snowed. I don't think we had any precip last night. So I believe that's just frost. Sun's out right now, so it feels really good. But the first thing that I want to show you here is they actually have a pretty cool skateboard park. So we're going to turn around. I'm lowering the camera. We're going to turn around and look at that. So this is all part of the Eagle Bike Park complex. And you know, you can see the parking lot there, but then right here is the skate park itself. So that's typically pretty active. Obviously we're early enough in the morning that there's nobody out here. Let's go over the top here. I'll pick up the camera just a little bit, and then there's this area over here. You guys that are into this will be able to tell me a little more about what this is, but I'm not sure if this has to do with skating. I presume that it does. yeah, I mean, you guys are going to have to help me with this. What kind of games or what kind of skating or what exactly goes on here? I wish I could tell you. I am not smart enough to know that. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you would what's going on there. But those are the kind of things that they offer us here. And yeah, see, there's some guys there that are getting ready to go out on some of the trails, and there's a ton of trails, and I'll put a picture up of the trail map, and we'll actually go up here and look around a little bit. Go up on top here. Let me kick the camera up just a little, and let's head towards the top of the hill. This is a perfect day for flying out here. Like I said, there's no wind and we got sunshine, so gosh, I don't know why I need to slow down here so you guys can actually see this stuff. Flying so fast there. And look at, I presume those are jump offs, those platforms there. You ride onto them and then jump down. I presume you guys that are real mountain bikers are going to have to tell me more about that. I realized I was losing a little FPV. I was facing exactly away from the drone, which you can't do with a Wi-Fi drone. That was entirely operator error there, guys. I have a problem with that. I do that all the time. I forget which way the drone is, and I turn away from it. So let's gain some altitude here as we climb the hill. Obviously we lost a little bit of altitude, but because I want you guys to get a good look at this. They just really did a good job with all these trails here. And this actually, you can go clear down to the Boise River. This is in the Boise foothills. I know there's trails that go all the way across, but this particular thing that we're focusing on is the bike park itself. And you know, you guys that are mountain bikers are going to understand this better than I do, but just kind of wanted to give you a good look at it. And I don't know what this little building is up here. We'll just go up and turn around and take a look. And like I said, I was kind of inspired to fly up here by that video that Kyle Warner made, where he's going up and down the trails with the Skydio 2 following him. I just kind of wanted to give more of an overhead look at the park so you guys could see it. Yeah, that looks like just some kind of a storage building there. So you can get another look at the trails here, and I know some of these are expert trails and some of them are for intermediate and beginners, and some of them are strictly downhill so that you can haul ass down the hill, and some of them are you know, obviously mountain bike uphill trails. I'll try and go down this a little slower than I came up so you can get a good look at it. And we'll drop the camera down here a little bit. Looked like some pretty good banks there. I mean, how awesome that the city puts together something like this. I mean, I think this is a good use of public funds. You know, recreation for everybody, for the public, and you know, even as far as you know, younger kids and stuff, gives them something to do and a place to do it. And this looks like a little this is a little BMX track here at the bottom of the hill, and this, I believe, we're going to lower some altitude here. This, I believe, is just a kid's one because it looks smaller, and there's a bigger one here. So so yeah, we'll kind of take a look at this, see if we can kind of circle around it a little bit. And the drone is just about above where I'm at. And like I said, I believe that is for kids. I think that because it's a smaller deal, so I'm sure it's for the little guys. But I mean, it's cool. They got timing stands and grandstands, etc. And then there's another shot at the foothills and the trails. And so that's a shot at the Boise front there, and there's a ski resort up there called Bogus Basin, and they are going to get a bunch of snow tonight. That's supposed to be what's happening there. So let's turn around here, and I got something else to show you here. There's a serious BMX track right here. So we're looking at, this is kind of towards the western part of Boise, and you're staring at Eagle, Idaho, right here, one of the neighborhoods in Eagle, Idaho. And that's the BMX track, and you see they have that ramp at the top there that they start on, and you know, I don't pretend to know a lot about that sport either, but it is interesting. So let's just do a flight over the top. We'll drop the gimbal as we go. We're kind of flying into the sun here a little bit. We'll take another shot at it from the other side with the sun at our back. So that's the starting gate right there, the ramp that they start on. And one of the neighborhoods, we'll go out here a ways and we'll turn around and we'll take a run at it with the sun at our back here. The thing that always strikes me, yeah, you saw max power load reached there on the app. What strikes me is with this little Mavic Mini is how much it flies like its big brother. You know, when you have it in the air, it doesn't feel like the little tiny little drone that it is. It feels like a big guy. So there's the track again. Let me back off. Get a good look at it here. We'll kind of circle around here a little bit. Yeah, so it looks like it's kind of in the shape of an M or a W, however you want to look at it there. So, you know, I don't know how that works, if they ride clear around and start at the top again, or if they just do one lap at a time. You mountain bike or BMX guys will have to explain that to me. But you know, they got grandstands and everything, so it looks like they can put on some pretty good little shows here. And you see they have plenty of parking, so I assume there must be lots of events that go on at this place. So yeah, let's take another run up the hill here. I don't know exactly how far these trails go, you know, max power, so I was in P mode, and I'm still getting that. There's literally no wind, and I'm not even at full throttle, so I let way off again there, and I still get that message. I don't know, DJI, you're gonna have to do something about that, because I am really not very far into the throttle. I had to let way off for that to go away. In fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, guys. There it is again. I'm going to put it in cinema mode, Cinesmooth, which I think should slow everything down a little bit. I've never I haven't spent much time in that mode, and yeah, it does actually. You know, that's probably the mode you should probably spend more of your time in. And there's some more trails there. And I know some of these are, we'll just kind of follow this one around a little bit. Some of these, I know they connect up with some of the trails that go clear across the Boise front, so. So it's kind of interesting. Yeah, I mean, look at all that. This is gotta kind of be mountain bikers heaven right here. I mean, I know they can ride, they can go miles and miles in the Boise foothills. There's interconnected trails. So I don't know if this part of it is exactly part of the bike park or not, but I'm going to grab just a little more altitude here. Pick up the camera just a little. Yeah, okay, we're good. And we'll kind of come back around here and take another run at the trails that I absolutely know are in the bike park. Yeah, there's that freestyle spot again. So let's just kind of get another view of this. Beautiful day today. I'll tell you, nice, perfect time to be out flying, I gotta tell you. You know, my fingers are a little cold because it's probably in the 30s here. I have to tell you, max power reached, and I am barely into the throttle. That is, and you can see how slow I'm going. That's DJI, that's something you're going to have to work on. So yeah, it doesn't say aircraft power insufficient anymore, so that must have been that upgrade to the app. I mean, as you guys can see here, I'm barely doing anything. And there's no wind, so I don't know what that's all about. So we will come back down here. And as you can see, we're not moving very fast. 16 satellites. Drop some altitude here. And like I said, I know some of these trails are expert, and some of them they have for beginners, and then they have intermediates, and they have experts, just kind of like you do when you're skiing. So you kind of got to watch, look at the trail sign. And again, I'll post a picture of that so you can see it. And you can see me down there in the parking lot. That's me standing there next to the Durango. But you're probably more interested in the trails, so we'll drop the gimbal just a little bit. And we're down to about 30% battery here. We have been filming for about 17 minutes. We'll take another run over the skate park there so you guys can see that whole complex from a little bit higher altitude, and then we'll bring it in and land it. You know, I didn't look at this section over here. I'm not sure. This must be like a freestyle spot right here, this part to the left of the screen. I'm about center of the screen now. I didn't see that earlier. Or is that, oh, that's a basketball court. Okay. It had me fooled there for a second. You know, this Cinesmooth is kind of nice for getting smooth movements. I probably should have been in that the whole time. And there again, I was faced away from the drone. Forgot to turn around here. So I'm full stick forward, and it looks like about 4 meters per second is top speed in Cinesmooth mode. Which, you know, it looks to me like that's mostly what you're going to want to be with this little drone. And here's some more of the trails here. I guess I didn't show much of these, so let's go over and take a run out over the top of them. We're at 21% battery. Holy cow, look at some of those jumps. Yeah, that's some serious stuff. Yeah, there we got the low battery, so let's go ahead and confirm or return to home. And boy, there it goes. It's not wasting any time, is it? And you can see me standing there. So what the heck, let's just see how accurate this baby is. And you can see we got about 19 minutes flight time, and I'm telling you, the temperature is in the 30s here, so that might have to do with the amount of flight time we got out of that battery. There's the drone dead above us. We'll drop the camera down here so you can see it see it come down here, pardon me. One thing about it, we have a nice big parking lot, so unless it's going to land on top of my car or something, which it looks like it might do, we'll just let it land. You know what? I think it's going to be pretty accurate. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of centered on where we took off from. Well, a little bit off. I'm going to raise the camera up here. So it's about, I don't know, you know, it's about dead on. I'm going to drop the camera here so you can see it. That's pretty darn close to where we took off. Pretty darn close. Okay, one thing I want to tell you is on this guy, make sure that you stop recording when you're done, because you can get a corrupted file if you don't stop recording on this one. It's the first DJI drone that I've ever seen that on. Okay, let's I hate having the power button at the bottom, but let's shut this guy off. One press and then a long press. And now it's off. Same thing with the controller. Short press and then a long press. Okay, so the bird performed pretty well. Those power warnings bug me because you know, we weren't really I wasn't pushing the thing hard at all, and there's little to no wind today, so all those power warnings, I don't know. You know, it's colder. It's probably in the 30s, mid 30s, someplace around here. Well, heck, I can tell you real quick. It is 34 degrees, so it's fairly cold. So the cold probably has something to do with it. I know that they warn you that the cold can affect the batteries. Now, I carried the batteries here in my warm car, but you know, it's up there flying around. So shoot, if it's 34 degrees here, it could be way colder up at altitude. So that maybe has something to do with it. But we did get a lot of power warnings, and I can tell you, I wasn't on the throttle much. Had my phone recording, I wanted to shut that off. Yeah, I wasn't on the throttle much. So we got those power warnings, which I don't care for, and it'll be interesting to see if DJI is able to remedy that in a firmware update. But other than that, like I said, this guy flies like its bigger brother. If you didn't know, when you have it in the air, the way it flies, it feels like a bigger Mavic. I think the flight time is good. I mean, we had about 20 minutes or a little over 20 minutes of actual flight time on that battery. I'm thinking that's not too bad, and I know they advertise 30, but it's also a cold day. Also, gosh, I charged this the controller. I've probably been through 6 or 7 batteries in the drone, and I'm down to my 3rd light on the controller. So the controller seems to hold a charge really well. Now, I know I use an Apple phone, and I know iOS, if you look in the manual, and Gorilla Man pointed this out, and I looked in the manual, and sure enough, it says you're supposed to get 4.5 hours of flight time with iOS, and Android only an hour and a half. Now why that difference is, I don't know. And it also says that it will charge the Android phone, so that probably has something to do with it. But you wonder why that isn't something that could be adjusted with software somehow, because you don't really want your controller charging your phone. Anyway, just a thought. I'm saying it's working really good with an Apple phone. I know Android guys are having a different experience. But other than that, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. It's just a little tour of this bike park, which I just think is an awesome little thing. And thank you to Kyle Warner for I wouldn't have even known it was here if I hadn't seen his video. So kind of a fun place to come out. And I guess that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel. But most of all, I just appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And we will see you on the next one.